Hi, good afternoon. Today I'm going to be talking to you about cardiovascular disease. Before we start, let's take a look at the cardiovascular system first.
At the right ventricle atrium connection, in which cells are being brought out of the low oxygen starved body and pumped into the lungs. And if we look at the right-hand side of the heart, oxygen-rich cells are being brought out of the lungs and pumped back into the body. And if we look at the two sets of two chambers together, we see this marvelous coordination which allows us to take our blood out of our body and put it back into our body in a completely different
The cardiovascular
oxygen
system
state.
is basically made up of the heart and arteries. The heart is responsible for pumping the blood to other parts of the body, while the arteries are the linkage for the blood and other parts. Or, the cardiovascular disease is actually the disease that involves the heart or the arteries. The most common cardiovascular disease is the coronary artery disease, which is also known as the CAD. It is the leading cause of heart attack. Arteries become hard and narrow due to the accumulation of plaque in the arteries wall. With a smaller road, the blood would have a harder time reaching to the other parts of the body, or vice versa. Plaque is actually a fatty material that builds up on the artery walls. It will eventually rupture and form a blood clot on its surface. If it is big enough, it can actually totally block off the arteries. CAD can eventually lead to deadly hazards such as heart attack and heart failure. Heart attack occurs when the artery is blocked and get insufficient blood for 20 minutes. Heart attack is currently one of the most deadly killers in the world. Heart failure occurs where heart is not able to pump through the body as well as it should. This means that other organs does not get enough blood. Some signs of heart failure are shortness of breath and swelling. The major causes of this cardiovascular disease is due to various reasons. Firstly, smoking. Secondly, physical inactivity. Thirdly, unhealthy diet. And lastly, excessive alcohol consumption. This disease can be prevented by, firstly, don't smoke. Secondly, exercise regularly. Thirdly, eat healthily. And lastly, limit the alcohol consumption. Thank you for your time.